Welcome. The book you're about to hear, The Solution, is now available in stores, and you're about to experience it in its audio form. To grab your own copy, check the link in the description. Let's get started. Chapter 10. Iris Reece had been thinking about Iris long before he knew her name. In 2025, she was absence disguised as presence. A woman behind a face mask long before anyone questioned it. Quiet, small, easily overlooked. Until she spoke. And when she did, it was always just enough to make him wonder what she was not saying. Now, in the 1950s version of the place, she stood in front of him, uncovered, and it disarmed him. Iris wasn't beautiful in the way Scarlett commanded rooms, or Helen carried gravity. Her power lived elsewhere, in proportion, in stillness, in the way her eyes held contact without flinching. "You're staring," she said calmly. "Sorry," Reece replied. "I didn't expect—" "Honesty?" she finished. She smiled faintly. "That's usually the problem." They stood near the archive room, late in the day. The building had quieted into that in-between hour where work pretends to be finished, but people linger for reasons they don't want to name. "You look disappointed," Iris added. "No," Reece said quickly. "Just curious." She tilted her head. "Careful. Curiosity is what gets men in trouble here." He laughed under his breath. "So I've noticed." Iris stepped closer, not forward, not back. Just enough to collapse the space between polite and personal. He caught the faint scent of something clean and warm, not perfume, something lived in. "You watched me in 2025, she said quietly. Reece froze. You thought I didn't notice," she continued. "The glances, the pauses, the way you stopped yourself." She met his eyes. "That's why I wore the mask." His throat tightened. "Why?" "Because men project when they don't have information," she said. "I wanted to see who you were without giving you my face." The answer unsettled him. "You weren't afraid?" he asked. Iris smiled then, slow, knowing. "No, I was in control." She turned and walked toward the archive door, glancing back once. "Walk me home." It wasn't an invitation dressed as a question. It was a test. The streets were quieter here. Older. The air felt heavier, like it remembered things. Iris walked close to him, her arm occasionally brushing his sleeve. Not accidental, not seductive. Intentional. "You want to know why I hid?" she said as they walked. "Yes," Reece admitted. "Because men decide what they're allowed to want based on what they see," she replied. "And I wanted to choose when you saw me." They stopped under a streetlight. Iris looked up at him. Up close, her eyes were sharper than he expected. Older, as if she'd already lived through consequences he hadn't reached yet. "You don't touch women," she said softly. "You wait for them to decide who you are." Reece didn't deny it. "I'm deciding now," Iris continued. She stepped closer, close enough that he could feel her breath, feel the weight of the moment pulling forward, but she didn't kiss him, didn't touch him. Instead, she leaned in and whispered, "Desire doesn't scare you. Attachment does." The words hit harder than any accusation. Footsteps echoed down the street. Voices. The moment fractured. Iris stepped back smoothly, her expression unreadable. "We don't always get the moment we want," she said. "Sometimes we get the one we need." She turned, walking toward her door. Reece watched her go, aware suddenly of how much control she'd held the entire time. Behind him, somewhere down the block, a familiar presence lingered. Scarlett. Watching. Silent. And for the first time, Reece understood something terrifyingly clear. The women weren't just echoes. They were anchors. And Iris might be the only one who knew exactly where he was tied. Thank you for listening to The Solution. It's available in stores. To grab your own copy, check the link in the description.